Hello again. I'm going to be talking to you this time about organ systems. You'll learn several organ systems make up the body. So just exactly what is an organ system? An organ system is composed of a group of organs, which you should know by now. You cover this in levels of organization, right? A group of organs that work together for a common purpose. So it's a group of organs within the body that do something in a related fashion to cause something to happen. So we'll begin our discussion looking at three of the organ systems. We'll start with the integumentary system. This is what you commonly call your skin, but there's more to it than just skin. Of course, a part of this system also is going to be the nails and the hair. So these are a part of the external covering of the body. So together, the skin, the hair, the nails, all form a barrier to help protect the body from things that are trying to get in. You'll learn more about these accessory organs such as sweat glands and receptors that are a part of the skin and a part of the integumentary system as you discuss this system in your class. Our second system is the skeletal system, which consists primarily of bones, but also some of the connective tissues that are associated with those bones. Now, these bones that are a part of the skeletal system are the organs. Now, you might not think of a bone as an organ, but indeed it is. So the individual bones, such as the vertebrae, the femur, these are the organs of the skeletal system. Their job is to protect and support the body. Protection? Well, think about it a moment. Don't you have a pretty good bone up here that protects a pretty vital organ in there? So the skull and other bones provide protection, and bones support the body. But they also do some additional things as well, such as store minerals, such as calcium, and to provide blood cells. So blood cells are made in parts of the bone that you'll learn in lab as well. Our third system is the skeletal system. And just as you saw with the muscular system, the skeletal system and the muscular system work together to support the body. So the organs of the muscular system are the individual muscles, such as the biceps brachii. You're familiar with that one, right? The pectoralis major. You'll see that these names are very descriptive and often indicate where they're located in the body or a bone that they're associated with. Now, the muscular system, as I mentioned, with the skeletal system, helps to provide support and movement for the body. So as your muscles contract, it allows you to move. Responsible for controlling facial expressions. When you smile or you frown, you're using facial muscles. But also, the muscular system generates heat, as you'll learn when you do your case studies in Unit 1, looking at homeostasis or maintaining body temperature. So when the muscles contract, they generate heat by breaking down bonds in that energy molecule, ATP. Now let's move on to our next three systems, and we'll begin with the nervous system. The nervous system is the control system of the body. It contains the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves that come from the brain and spinal cord and go out and innervate the body. So the nervous system is responsible for detecting changes, both internal and external, and then respond appropriately to those changes. The nervous system may detect a change and cause a muscle to contract so that your body moves, or it may cause a particular gland to secrete a hormone or a chemical messenger. So the nervous system, remember, just think of as the control system. Our next system is the endocrine system, which is a series of glands that work to regulate body processes and works very closely with the nervous system. Some of those glands are the pancreas, which helps to regulate blood sugar. The adrenal glands, which sit right on top of your kidneys, you'll see secrete several hormones that have many different activities, metabolic activities throughout the body. And what you might not think of as glands are the gonads, the ovaries and the testes. Yes, gonads are ovaries and testes, not just testes. Gonad is a term that is used to describe an organ that produces your sex cells for reproduction. So contrary to public belief, yes, ladies, you have gonads. But these organs that we're talking about with the endocrine system secrete chemical messengers known as hormones. And those hormones travel throughout the bloodstream to target tissues and cells and then cause a change in those particular cells that have the receptors for that hormone. Our next system is the cardiovascular system, which consists of the heart, the blood vessels, and the blood. The heart, as you know, pumps blood out to the body and out to the lungs, and the blood that travels through those blood vessels is going to carry nutrients, pick up waste products, carry hormones. So you'll find out that the blood has many functions. Taking that oxygen out, bringing back carbon dioxide, a waste product, back to the lungs. This is a really interesting system that you'll study more about in 202, but you'll get some of the basic stuff here in your 201 class. Moving on, next we have the lymphatic and immune system. These are commonly lumped together, as they will be when you study this in your next class. But these two systems together work to protect the body, to clean up the body. So this consists of lymph nodes and lymph vessels, the red bone marrow, as well as some other organs that you'll see. So the lymph system is responsible for returning fluid back to the body. As blood travels throughout your body, some of the fluid leaks out into your tissues, and the lymphatic system picks that fluid, called lymph, back up, cleans it up as it runs through a series of vessels and lymph nodes, and returns it to the circulatory system. The immune system is your protection. So think of this as the warriors on the front line, protecting the home front, which is your body. So there are cells called leukocytes that you will see fight off those invaders, such as bacteria and viruses, that get into your body and try to cause harm to you. Next we have the respiratory system, which consists of the lungs, the trachea, the nasal cavities, the larynx and pharynx. Say it with me now. Larynx, pharynx. Don't you dare let me hear you say larynx and pharynx. I know, everybody does, but don't you do it. All right, so the responsibility of the respiratory system is to bring in oxygen and eliminate carbon dioxide, a waste product. When you breathe in, you inhale, you're bringing in a mixture of gases, but the important one that we talk about is oxygen. We have to take that oxygen out to body cells using that cardiovascular system we mentioned. And when that oxygen gets out to the cells, it's then used to create energy. Now, as the cells are creating that energy molecule, ATP, there is a waste product called carbon dioxide, CO2, that is created. And then that CO2 travels through the blood back to the lungs in a roundabout pathway, and then we exhale and get rid of that. So that's the main job of the respiratory system. Our next system is the digestive system. This is one you probably know quite a bit about. We all like to eat, right? So the digestive system consists of several organs, the mouth, the stomach, the intestines, and many others that you will learn as well. But this system is responsible for taking in food, which we break down in the process known as digestion, into its smallest components. So we've got to take that hamburger that we're eating and break it down into all of its tiniest little pieces so that it can be taken out to the body, and then the body can use those nutrients to make energy or to make other body structures. The last part of the digestive system is to eliminate the waste products from that leftover stuff that our body can't use. And you'll see that is also sometimes separately called the excretory system, but it's technically a part of the digestive system. And moving right along, next we have the urinary system, which consists of the kidneys, the ureters, which are the tubes that lead from the kidneys and fill the urinary bladder, and the urethra, which is the tube that carries that urine to the external environment, the toilet. Now, this whole system works to eliminate waste products, primarily nitrogenous waste, that are a part of chemical processes that go on in the body, breaking down of nutrients and other things. And it also works to regulate fluid and electrolyte balance, which you'll talk quite a bit about in your studies. But it helps to maintain how much water, how much of these electrolytes are in the body, and to get rid of the excess. The final system we'll talk about is the reproductive system. And the reproductive system, the function is to create offspring. So to create someone to carry on your genetic line. In the male, the primary organs of reproduction are the testes. In the female, the primary reproductive organs are the ovaries, because really that's the only two organs you have to have in order to reproduce, because those are the two that create the gametes or the sex cells. Everything else is a secondary organ, so the penis, the vagina, the scrotum, the fallopian tubes, the uterus, all of that consists, or all of those are a part of the secondary organs of the reproductive system. You could reproduce without all that stuff. It'd just be a little more difficult. Okay, now let's see where we're headed from here. This particular slide or this diagram just shows you that all these systems work together. So you've got your integumentary system, that outer border, protecting the body. You've got your digestive system bringing food in and breaking it down. Those nutrients then are going to travel through your cardiovascular system in the blood. You're going to be excreting waste products through the excretory system, which consists of urinary and, of course, the anus, which is really a part of digestive, but you're getting rid of waste products. As those nutrients are traveling through the blood, they're going out to cells, which are creating new body structures that can be used as a part of many different systems. And you've got your respiratory system bringing that oxygen in, which is going to be used to create ATP, so that your body has the energy it needs to do all of the things that it does. So this is just sort of to exemplify the idea of your body systems work together. Although you may study them as individual systems, indeed they all work together to do all the things that your body needs you to do. All right, and this last slide, once again, is just a little a picture to show you what you should see when you click on your activity that follows this particular video. So you've got big muscle guy Arnold here that has lost all of his organs, and he will ask you to he'll ask you to help him find the organs of a particular system, and you simply click on them and drag them over to the body, and he'll tell you if you are right or if you are incorrect. So this will help you to learn some of the things that belong in each of these systems. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful day.